We are over Daytona Beach. But why would we want to go over to the beach and get all sandy when we can go over here by the airport to Daytona International Speedway and go racing? So Daytona International Speedway is just over here by Daytona Beach International Airport. And we had a really good time when we went to the short track of North Wilkesboro, so I figure we'll have a good time over here at the Super Speedway at Daytona. And as we begin our approach, that's the grandstand on the back straight, which they removed. So that definitely can tell you how old this imagery is. It is whenever the back grandstand was still standing. And yeah, it doesn't look like they have any of the renovations over here at the main grandstand either. So yeah, there we have the back straight grandstand, which no longer exists. And then up here, yeah, the Daytona's a little more grandiose now. They kind of took some off the sides and added more to the top. So it's interesting. Yeah, we just have some older imagery here. Microsoft Flight Simulator, we find that sometimes. This renovation was all done between like 2013 and 2016, so I don't know the exact day. But all right, let's hit the throttle. Let's start the Daytona 500 here at the Tri-Oval. Oh, off track. That's a 1X. That's a 1X. I don't play iRacing, but I do watch some streamers that do. So we come down the back straight, which is no longer here, or at least the grandstand. The straight itself is. So, you know what? And this is cool. I mean, I actually like imagery that's a little older sometimes. You know, it kind of captures a moment in time. But at the same time, Google tends to capture moments in time that are a little more recent. So, as we complete our first lap of the Daytona Super Speedway course, I'm thinking we should maybe go and talk to our good friend Google and see if we can get the grandstands and all that fun stuff in here just a little bit better. And we are back after many, many hours of importing and modding and optimizing. We have returned to the Daytona Rising expansion, which was completed in 2016. You can see the grandstands are expanded. The back straight grandstand should be below us, but is now gone. We do have a little bleed over of the Google imagery with the way the LODs work. It can be very frustrating, so it's about as good as I can get it. So let's come on down here and start our lap here in our Daytona International Speedway mod. So this brings us up to 2016 with the imagery. We can see an expanded grandstand here, and then they kind of cut off the end. They built up and kind of made the ends over here a little bit shorter. And as we come around here to the back straight, we see the grandstand has been removed. Daytona seats about 100,000 people, and then they can cram another 25,000 somewhere too. They can bring in temporary stands. Imagine they could put quite a few down here where the old back straightaways used to be. And so there we have it. Daytona, circa 2016, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So that's the awesome thing about Microsoft Flight Simulator. If you're in a Daytona 2013 kind of mood, you don't have to do a thing. If you're in a Daytona 2016 kind of mood, well, then you can just hit up Flightsim.to and install this mod. And, you know, have a good time here at the Daytona International Speedway. And you can stay on the track for the greater majority of this. I think once you get into the banking turns, it'll be interesting. Let's see. It's like we're a little bumpy, but we're fine. We're fine. We're still on the ground. Whoa! All right, so watch out for whatever that is. That must be left over from the Microsoft imagery. So hit that like, hit that subscribe. We fly around, we check out cool places. We're into some modding. Check out my mods at Flightsim.to. And as always, thank you for watching. I appreciate the likes and subscribes. We're over 100, and that is amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for sticking around. We're here in developer mode, checking out the Daytona Mod. So here we see the full grandstand with all 3 decks. If we take a look at the old grandstand, we can see only 2 decks here, really, and then very little on the sides, and then they kind of cut off this end over here. I do believe they built all the way over to this end there with the new grandstand. And of course, we just totally removed the back grandstand here. We just made sure that the Google imagery painted over all of this, because if you just remove it all, then you still see just satellite imagery of the grandstand. And so here we have some leaking Google imagery into our mod here around the lake, because we wanted the Microsoft water and not the Google water. We have a little bit of Google water over here, but at the same time, that's kind of the way the lake looks a lot of the times anyway, so that's fine. So let's swoop around here to the Daytona entrance, because that's came in pretty nicely here in the import. So we got the Sunoco entrance, Toyota entrance. There's the main Daytona International Speedway sign. Apparently the Chevrolet entrance. And the Florida Hospital entrance. Or exits, I'm not sure. One of the redesigns was to make it easier to get in and out of this place. As you can imagine, when you have 100,000 people in the stands there, that can be quite the challenge. And as you can see, as things kind of come in and out, it's really difficult sometimes with, you get your mod looking perfect, and then you go off in a distance, and then you just see that sometimes when Microsoft is changing the level of detail, it'll also change the terrain beneath it for reasons I just can't understand. So the terrain isn't necessarily static. So that's not like the mod popping in and out. That's literally the terrain underneath deciding, oh, I'm going to be just a little bit higher now that you're closer to me. It's really drives me insane with mods, especially ones of this scale and size. And then, you know, with cities and stuff, do I use the Google roads? Do I use Microsoft roads? Will the traffic still appear? You know. Lots of decisions have to be made, like, well, what's this thing going to look like at night? Well, it's going to look lit up because I added a whole lot of lights. So anywhere you see a light pole down here, like these here, I just went ahead and threw a cold light right on them so that they are all producing light. And we have lit up the entire oval. And it's cool with all the airport lights and stuff too. So there we have it. You can have your own Daytona 500 in Microsoft Flight Simulator at night. Thank you for watching.